We live in a society where anybody can buy themselves a pair of trip pants and call themselves a fashion MF, and that pisses me off. But if you see me in a pair of trip pants in the next 6 months, don't hold me to this. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanaj. My name is Janet. The channel name is Tanaj. Here I love to talk about philosophical topics. Usually I like to pick any random book or movie or topic and just like kind of tie into how that's some kind of psychological or societal issue. So suggest me movies you want me to watch or shows you want me to watch. I would appreciate that. Today I'm going to be talking about something that is highly requested, and that is how to find your own aesthetic and build your own personal aesthetic. Yay! I feel like since nobody wants to work these days and nobody wants to put in the effort to find their own style, and everybody's copy pasting the same outfits over and over, even in the alternative scene, which is crazy to me because rarely do I see unique pieces in the alternative scene. It's like even alternative fashion is a copy pasta of other alternative fashion, and I'm like, guys, we need to be a little more risky. Like, we need to be risque. What happened to being on the edge? What happened to being innovative and opening people's minds with your style? That's what I'm here to talk about. Your favorite girl, Tanaj. I'm happy to be back. I know I was supposed to post another video earlier last week, but I got super sick right after finishing the video and like in the middle of editing it. And the thing is, I'm so sensitive, like physically my body is so sensitive that if things are just not going right, if the people and energy around me is just not on a wavelength that I'm working with, I instantly become sick. Like, not even 5 hours, like within like 2 hours of things not feeling right, I get sick. And I had a bad fever after that for like a whole week, and so I'm still recovering, but I'm here to give you guys the tips and tricks on how to build your own aesthetic. I post every Tuesday. What's that? Oh, it's Wednesday? Tell them to close their eyes. Anyways, first things first, if you're gonna be building your aesthetic, I need you to get rid of everything that isn't your style. And I mean literally everything. Initially, when I started kind of changing my style and building my aesthetic, I had like my alternative clothes and I had my regular clothes, which were like my day-to-day clothes and, you know, work clothes and stuff like that. And to be honest, I did not want to embrace the side of myself that felt like this. Because I just felt like, what are people gonna think? Like, what are people gonna say about me? Like, you know, I felt like at the time I already stood out a lot and I caught attention a lot. So I was like, if I choose to catch more attention, I don't know how I'm gonna handle that, in a sense. Like, if people are already like nitpicking you or whatever, like it's not a great thought process to be like, oh, actually now let me even dress more different and be more weird and more like intimidating. Because I will be honest with you, like the energy and people around me have definitely changed since I changed the way I dress. And like when I walk into a room and when I talk to people, just because I've lived a life in my previous clothing and self and everything, I can see the difference. Because if I grew up always dressing like this and always being this way, I would have been like, I kind of don't see why people would treat anyone differently based on how they dress. But because I've lived both lives, I'm like, yeah, I physically can see how sometimes people are even scared to talk to me, like they're nervous to speak to me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm the most friendly person ever. Like, I'm really down to earth. I don't think I give off intimidating vibes. Dressing up, fashion, it does that. You know, it does that to people. When I got rid of everything that wasn't my style, I literally was only left with, I kid you not, like 5 to 10 pieces of clothing. And like for a long time I was just wearing those exact same clothes over and over again. But it was like, because I got rid of the older clothes, it's almost like I kept being in this style and it kind of felt more natural to me to be this way, and people kind of got used to it. So by the time I was able to buy 1 or 2 pieces, it's like I was already kind of living in this energy or this fashion style that I liked, so it wasn't like a crazy shift. So this is the second tip. You have to build an idea of what you want. And when I say an idea, I mean build a mood board, get a bunch of like concepts, you know, mix in a lot of different aesthetics that you think you really like, and kind of create either a Pinterest board or just like, you know, go into, what's that thing called, the app on iPhone, literally add all the photos of everything from Pinterest or wherever that feel like your style and your aesthetic, and kind of just put it together and build a little idea. And after you've built your idea, now is the third point, which is why I know you do not need a lot of money in order to build an aesthetic. Like, you can slowly build one. And a lot of people have the misconception that you're supposed to save up and have like $1,000 and do like a huge Shein haul, and I don't believe in that. I don't think that you should do that. I feel like you should slowly buy your clothes every single day. It's like an investment. A lot of the big artists and stylists and influencers or whatnots you see online that have like such an intricate and unique style, they don't just wake up and save up $2,000 and go to the thrift store and spend it all at once. Like, it's like literal years of investment, which is why you feel like it looks so good and so detailed, because small attention to details help build a bigger image, which is what I'm going to talk about in the next point. But I need you to slowly buy everything you need, one after the other, one bracelet at a time, one earring at a time. When I started buying my clothes, which is years ago, I literally think I bought this choker probably on AliExpress. Like, and I don't support AliExpress, but your girl's broke. Like, it literally took me like months worth to buy like one choker at a time. So now I have like, I think I have like 5 or 6 different kinds, but like way back, it's like I would buy one at a time and like just like be reusing them. The next point is that details are super important. There's a lot of times you look at an outfit and you feel like it just doesn't have a je ne sais quoi that makes it feel complete, or just like it doesn't evoke a feeling. Accessories and aesthetics is an art. It is literally an art form that should express an emotion, and that's the whole point of art. It invokes emotions in other people. And the thing that brings out an emotion is attention to details, because people notice tiny things, and as much as you don't think people pay attention to those tiny things, they do, because the small things make a whole picture. There's a lot of outfits you'd see and you look at it and you're like, it's a good outfit, it's amazing, but it doesn't feel like that's je ne sais quoi. And that the reason it doesn't feel that way is because there's maybe no detail and no personality added to it. So you have to have your own unique edge that you're able to add to an outfit. I feel like the best way to find a unique edge is to understand like what type of person you are, what kind of energy, or what usually works for you as a person. And the thing is, I could say for myself, at least from my observations, and I've understood that a lot of the times whenever I wore an outfit or a makeup that did not really fit the personality I was at the time, it felt very wrong and just looked wrong. And maybe it looked physically right, but every time I spoke, it just felt like not the right outfit. I understood about my personality first was that I'm a very like cutesy, adorable person, and also very sassy at the same time, and very like philosophical as well, as you guys have seen. But you can get a gist of my personality, and from that I could build up ideas of what I would like see in a style. And I understood that, of course, like I could be very like hot and, you know, like provocative, but at the same time I'm a very like reserved person. So in a way I had to like add those details of my personality to my fashion, which kind of makes it feel like me. So let's say if you create a vision board with a lot of like let's say maybe you add like fairy, magical fairy, you know, nymph kind of vibes, and at the same time goth vibes. Maybe you get this kind of whimsy goth type of thing going. You have to add a part of your personality as well. So if you say maybe you're the type of girl to go out every Saturday night and be hot with the girls, you have to add that hotness and that whimsy and that gothness and create an outfit which would probably be more of a, you know, she's going out to the club but she also reads tarot kind of vibe, if you know what I mean. My other point is you do not need crazy money to buy and have an amazing aesthetic. And I know with this day and age, many of the time, and I'm not judging, maybe I am, I don't know. Many of the time have I come across people who are very upper class people, and they basically buy a whole vibe to kind of live that lifestyle for a bit, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm such an alternative person, and yet like they know they're gonna graduate and get a six-figure job from their parents. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I feel like there should be some self-awareness. There should be some level of self-awareness, but don't get discouraged by people that can afford a lot of things that you can't. Do not feel discouraged by that, because first of all, the positive advice I'll give you because of being poor is that firstly, you have a lot of time to grow into yourself and grow into your style. So as you're slowly buying items and slowly buying these bracelets and these tops and tiny things, you can like build up a very good aesthetic for yourself, as opposed to, let me tell you, there are many outfits and tops and things I bought last year or a year before when I would have money once in a while. I would go all out and buy a lot of things, and most of them haven't like stuck with me, if I'm being for real. Like, it's the little outfits through the years where I was like, I'm saving this $15 to buy that top at Urban Planet, because this is from Urban Planet. Literally I'm saving this $15. Those are the outfits and the tops I've used the most, because I knew like I can use this in so many outfits. I can see so many outfits in it. And that's another positive thing about if you don't have money, is you could, or if you're saving money, you could buy something that would fit a lot of outfits instead of buying a lot of specific separate outfits. You could buy one thing that you see on a lot of outfits, or that you can see merging into many outfits. So you do not need a lot of money. This entire outfit probably costs less than $100, less than $50 altogether, because this was like from Hot Topic on the 3 for $10 deals. AliExpress, probably $2, probably like $3-4. This, like I said, $9 to $10 at Urban Planet. And what else? AliExpress, probably like $3. And this was Urban Planet as well, and I got a whole set for like $5, like 10 of these bracelets. Not that expensive and is so affordable, so you don't need crazy money. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to look bad, because in the beginning, I guarantee you probably won't know what you're doing, and you'll be very experimental, and you'll be trying a lot of new things and a lot of like edgy methods and seeing what works for you. For you to find yourself, you really have to throw yourselves in many extremes and kind of look bad in different extremes to find the good balance that you can. Don't be afraid to tear your clothes up. Perfect example is like this little choker I made. So it's like a little for my clown outfits. It's like, bought a curtain at Value Village. I made that specific little clown choker out of that curtain, literally by just chopping up the corner and putting a button on it. I didn't have to redesign it or reframe it or anything. I just literally chopped off a part of a curtain and sewed it together. The best way to learn anything is by doing it physically. You're gonna have a concept in your head. Oh my gosh, pink and brown is gonna go so good together, and that specific shade of pink and brown will look so god-awful together. So you have to definitely physically actually do stuff and actually physically wear the outfits and try mixing different colors and see how it looks on you, and like keep experimenting with a lot of things and tearing up things. My last point, you could seek and find inspiration from literally anything, anywhere, or anybody. I get my inspiration from Bratz dolls sometimes. For my makeup, Monster High. Like, you could get your inspiration from celebrities or non-celebrities, or sometimes kids fashion, like if I'm being for real. Like sometimes I see like toddler dresses and I'm like, that's so cute, like I wish I had a little like fluffy cupcake dress like that. And yeah, I get a fluffy cupcake dress. If you watch this whole video, thank you so much. If you like my vibe, be sure to subscribe. Why does that kind of rhyme? If you want to see more of me, I'm here. I'm gonna be here. You can sub to me or like my video if you like my video. Definitely talk to me in the comments and let me know what other tips you have for other people or myself for how to build your personal aesthetic and your personal style, and as well how you guys build your personal style. Like, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful week. Goodbye. Bean Sprout check-in. This is my cat, Bean Sprout. She just woke up from a nap. She's doing okay. Usually she terrorizes me. I'm sorry for waking you up. I didn't want you to actually kiss me. She is well.